What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. In December, just because there's no PLE, they got something they are treating like a PLE, and that is the return of Saturday night's main event, which is Saturday, December 14th on NBC. And peek at the last Saturday night's main event we had. I'm gonna see if you can guess it. Do you know when it was? The year,
bro. Listen, because the last time I can remember, I remember something maybe with like a Great Khali in it or something like that. So
yes, it did have Great Khali. It did have Great Khali taking on Jimmy Wang Yang.
Bro, we gotta be talking at least 20 years. Come on.
Well,
it feels like at least 20 years, honestly.
The last Saturday event was 2008.
You know what?
July
almost 20 years.
Almost.
Wow, that's crazy.
The main event was Edge versus Jeff Hardy. Yes, I know. Now, there have been more, but the last Saturday night main event that I truly remembered was the one where it was I do remember the one where they had the No Way Out. No, I'm thinking, okay, that's something different. The one I remember is when they had Shane versus Shawn Michaels in that street fight. And that was in 2006.
Wow.
Now, that was almost 20 years ago. But now, we got this new one, and we got to do so. They have one coming up in December, and they have one coming up in January also. So, we're getting back to the Saturday Night's Main Event stuff. So, right now, we're going to give our quick thoughts of what's going to happen. There's 4 matches listed so far that's scheduled to happen on Saturday Night's Main Event. Do I know if they're going to be added any more? We don't know, but it's only going to be 2 hours. So that's cool here. So here's what we got here. There is the finals for the Women's United States Championship that's going to happen at that show. Now, we're going to find out on Smackdown who the finals are going to be, because we have Bayley versus Chelsea Green, and then we have Michin taking on Tiffany Stratton. In your opinion, who do you think makes the finals, and who wins the United States Championship?
Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Versus Mia Yim, and Chelsea Green wins.
I am so happy you're a wrestling fan, because I had the sick. I was like, how many people is going to pick Tiffany Stratton? I'm just like, y'all, why? They're not going to do Tiffany. She has Miss Money in the Bank right now. They're not going to put they're not going to put, at least in my mind, they're not going to put that belt on her and Miss Money in the Bank, which I think she's going to be cashing in at WrestleMania. So against Nia Jax, that's where that storyline is going. But I'm like, but it can almost get you there. So I'm like, okay. Well, Chelsea Green, I was like, yeah, I like the little push that she's getting. I'm like, Bayley don't need to be in there right now.
Bayley don't need this. I was just about to say it.
Yeah,
Bayley don't need this.
And right now, you're not going to do 2 faces. You're not going to do 2 heels. But right now, I see Michin beating Tiffany Stratton off some shenanigans, off some. Now, it ain't gonna be a clean victory, but Michin can use this, being in the spotlight.
Sure.
And
like the story tells itself. I'm sorry. Bayley don't need this. Tiffany don't need this. Let's eliminate them from the rip. Okay. So now we got Chelsea versus Mia Yim. Yes, both of them need a high feature match. And I can understand if somebody wanted to argue that Mia Yim should win this. But let's think about this. What was Chelsea's biggest loss? For real. That trash match. Who beat her? Mia Yim. This is the get back.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It's the get back. And that's a good point you put that out. It's like,
And
okay,
also,
she got that garbage,
as you
so yes, to
said,
get back.
and as you said, the crowd is high on Chelsea Green right now. High on Chelsea Green right now. She should win this.
I think she should, and I think she should beat Meechin to do that, which would get her get back for the whole dumpster thing. So, and she's been embarrassed for months about that. So we both agree. I think Chelsea Green wins the Women's United States Championship. And I think that would be a good aesthetic for her. There's also the women's singles match for the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan taking on Io Sky. I love Io, but Io's a placeholder here. Okay, we know Liv ain't losing that belt until she loses to Rhea Ripley at the Rumble, probably.
The only way, and that's if they don't want to have Liv win, is that somehow Rhea costs Liv. I don't think that needs to happen. Let's just say it. But that's the only way we're moving it to Io. Because honestly, why move it to Io?
Yeah, it's nothing going on with Io right now. So
right, there's nothing going on with Io right now. There's no point to move it to Io.
I agree.
Come on, guys. Let's not play these games.
We don't need to. Next, then we got the singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Finn Balor. First of all, I already know Finn ain't winning this matchup, obviously. But
Finn ain't winning this, and it's Damien's fault. Let's call it now.
Call it now. Even though I'm over Finn versus Damien, I'm really over it right now. That thing has no heat for me right now. I'm like, just move past this, please. But there's nothing going on for me for that one. But I do think Finn Balor will get Gunther to a good match, though. Which Gunther don't need nobody. He can have a good match with a broom. But Finn Balor, I think they're gonna have a really good match. I think this may open the show. To be honest with you,
I think the reason for this with Damien involved is I think we're moving to a triple threat at Royal Rumble because obviously we're not letting the Damien Finn thing go on. Gunther needs kind of like a real win over Damien. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if Finn is screwed over on it, it goes to the triple threat at Royal Rumble. And then you know what? I don't know what's the answer for that at this moment, but I think that's where we're going.
It's a possibility. I can agree with you on that. It's a possibility. But I do have Gunther win. He's going to retain. Then we have the main event, obviously for Saturday's main event, which is Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. We've seen the turn that Kevin Owens has done, which makes sense. And what's going on with Cody Rhodes now? Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Now, answer this one question for me. This is in the Garden, right?
This is going to be in the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Okay,
it's going to still be in New York, but it's going to be in Uniondale, New York.
Okay. I think this is going to be the revenge for Cody's dad never holding that title up in New York.
Revenge on how? Because they Madison Square Garden, and who he need revenge on? Kevin Owens needs to take that from him.
I don't see Cody losing.
I actually see... to be honest with you, I actually see Cody losing. I actually see Kevin Owens winning the title here. And Cody... Now, can Cody get it back at the Rumble? Yes. I can see Cody getting it back at the Rumble. I can even see Cody getting it back at Elimination Chamber. However, I see Cody getting it back. Number of reasons here. The reason I think Kevin Owens is doing this is because you have to sell us this new threat of Kevin Owens. There had to be a reason why Triple H was trying to say, I'm trying to save Randy Orton, protect Randy Orton from Kevin Owens. This is the motherfucking Viper here, okay? This is Randy fucking Orton, okay? One of my top 5 wrestlers of all time. This is Randy Orton who sat there and literally took out you and your wife and your father-in-law and your son-in-law, and your brother-in-law with no help. 2009 Randy Orton was vicious, okay? What does Randy Orton need to do to protect himself from Kevin Owens? Now, Kevin Owens, who gave him a power driver, he's storyline written now, so he's injured from there. You got to come back for that. But that was just a snippet of saying like how crazy Kevin Owens can be. I'm like, with Cody having this ankle thing, because they had a brawl on SmackDown after he had a good match with Chad Gable. It's selling something with the ankle. I can see Kevin Owens capitalizing on that. I can see Kevin Owens beating Cody, which will shock, which will put the ratings up on NBC. It'll be something like, oh my God, we got another shock thing going on. And Kevin Owens can hold that championship until February. Or even the Elimination Chamber. Now, when it comes to The Rock, I don't know what The Rock's doing. I really don't know if he's going to be at Mania, if he's not. If they're still trying to do Rock and Roman, Rock and Cody, I don't know. But I do know this. Randy Orton going to factor in there somehow. Now, the only way Cody wins, in my personal, the way I see it is, if Randy Orton comes back and Saturday Night's Main Event and RKO's Kevin Owens, which sets up an Owens and KO match at Rumble, and Cody retains there, and then we go into the new storyline here. But I still think that the WrestleMania match needs to be Cody and Orton. That's what I think the WrestleMania match should be for the WWE Championship. But unless Orton comes back, unless he comes back and Saturday Night's Main Event, I can see Owens win this match.
I don't believe Rock is not done. In my head, I see him beating KO, Rock coming out, and we got Cody Rock at Rumble.
Oh God, I don't know if I want to see that. I mean, if it means I don't got to see that Mania, then I'd rather say Rumble. But I don't think The Rock is going to do Rumble. I think The Rock's like, I'm a Mania guy. I'm a Mania guy. So we gotta see how the day plays out. But there's a strong possibility that I can see that Kevin Owens can walk away with this championship. But then if y'all listen to this on the YouTube version, y'all can post down in the comments down below how you guys feel about it and what do you guys think is going to happen at Saturday's Main Event. But we will be back here next Saturday to review it. I'll probably going to review it on Sunday because I'm going to be busy next Saturday anyway. So, but yeah, we're going to make sure we take it to that.